Well, it's not a really bright day today. It's a dull, overcast day. And I just happen to be sitting in the car with my camera, and it just happens to have a Carl Zeiss Flektogon on there. Using the Pixelvalve adapter, of course. Now, I really like this lens. It works really well. It's a nice focal length for the crop frame sensor. I think it probably brings the crop frame sensor to the right kind of feel for a 50mm lens, so on a full frame. But that's why I really like the Flektogon. It's a really nice lens, and although it's probably not the best lens, it really works very well. I mean, it's sharp, it has nice tonal qualities, and overall it's a really nice cult classic lens. So I'm going to take a few shots, and I'm just going to compare them to the Helios-442 because I've also got that here with me today as well. So I'm just going to stick the camera out the window, take a few shots, and we'll have a look. So I'm sat in the car and I'm using the Carl Zeiss Flektogon. I'm looking across the bay and I'm focused to infinity. Everything is crisp, everything is sharp, the contrast is nice, and it's a fairly dull day. So I point the camera across the opposite way and I can see boats. They're closer than the infinity focused areas, so I'm closing in a little bit, and now I'm even closer. This is really close. This is about a foot and a half, maybe 2 feet away from me, and it's still sharp and nice. And this, looking at the dark areas and the light areas, it's quite nice. The whole frame is decent contrast. Now, I'm going to take the lens off now, and I'm going to show you what it's like with the Helios. There's a massive difference between this and the Helios. Now, this is a really nice lens. It feels good quality in the hand. It's quite polished, and it just feels like a good quality lens. And of course, I'm using the Pixelvalve adapter on this. This is the later version of the Flektogon, so I think it must be the 1980s, this one. Now, my Helios lens is battered, and the adapter is still, I would say, a prototype at this stage. There's a few quirks that I need to iron out. There are a few things that I'm sort of still working on, but generally it does work. It actually does work. And I've been using it, but I haven't been using it as much as I should have been, because when I do use it, I do find little things that need to change. Now, this is focused to infinity, exactly the same as the Carl Zeiss lens, same position. I'm sitting in the car, and you can see the focal length has changed. So I'm looking the opposite way now, and I'm looking at the boats, and it's very sort of dreamlike. You can see it's softer. You can see that the close focusing range of the Helios isn't as good as the Carl Zeiss. I'm standing in the same spot, and it's just slightly out of focus there. But here I can see that there's more definition in the picture. There's a wider kind of definition, I think. At first glance, it's easy to say it's a soft lens, but with a little bit of post-processing, these sharpen up just nicely. Look at this. Look what happens when I just post-process these images and how close it gets to the Carl Zeiss lens. There's definitely a sharpness in this image. Now, the Helios, I'm still working on the Helios, and I'm still trying to make it really good. Now, it's good at the moment. It is sweet. I can see it's going to be a fantastic lens. It's going to be a really nice addition to my little adapter range. But at the moment, it's not quite there. It needs a few little tweaks. And I like it to be ready, you know. I want it to be just right. And I think the just working isn't good enough. I think I need to tighten it up a little bit. I need to really refine it just a little bit more before I release it. So that's where I'm up to at the moment. I know I should be doing more. I know I could be doing more, but when the season changes, I kind of lose interest in photography a little bit because the weather's bad, the temperature goes down, and that kind of, I don't know, what would you say, impetus or enthusiasm kind of wanes a little bit when it gets a bit colder. But I still am working on these, and they will be ready eventually, one day, maybe, probably. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.